Hey, welcome to another episode with Beers with Peers. Today, I'm your host, Yo Sandia. Today we have an amazing guest. He is a rapper, a poet, and somewhat of a cook. His new single, Focus on Me, drops October 8th. Please welcome Junior Weise. Yes. So, you're not a big drinker?
No.
At all. To the point where you said you had to kind of quote unquote train for this.
Yep.
So this should be interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited. It looks pretty though. Like I'm a sucker for pretty things. So
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
If it
Hopefully.
tastes-
Sometimes they choose really bad ones and then we're just stuck with it. I'm not saying it's gonna be really bad. I'm hoping it's not. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna take a smell of this. Oh, it smells good.
yeah.
Actually, very
Smells
light.
like a berry.
Very light, like, yeah.
Sorry.
You ready?
Yeah, that was a little too
Cheers.
excited.
That's a cider.
I'm with that.
That's definitely a
Mixed
cider.
with my chapstick, this is the perfect taste.
That is definitely cider. You're right when you said it looks like apple juice.
I'm from Wisconsin. I know my alcohols. Oh yeah, I can hold on to this. We're good.
We're good. This is the wine. Wait till we get it. If we get an IPA, you're not gonna like it.
No.
You're not gonna like it.
The darker the beer.
I'm
the more
hoping it's a
scared.
dark beer. I'm hoping like it's just pitch black. So, sorry. Actually, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a big cider fan.
Hold on, one more drink.
One more drink before we actually start it. So you have a really like distinct flow in the sense of like it's really fast. Two, you're really good at freestyling. Like you're amazing at freestyling, and like I think the best way to explain you is kind of similar to Logic, but not in that 100% ratio towards him. You have your own style.
Thank you.
So what was the kind of like, I guess, inspiration in coming up with that? How did you like find your style, to say the least?
Okay, so I get the Logic a lot, and I used to hate that. But
Yeah, I
it's
feel like you would. I would too.
We're both mixed. We're both light-skinned. We both rap kind of fast. But over the years, I've kind of embraced it because, like, if I can be like Logic, that's it's like billionaire money there. So we're good. But no, so like growing up in the Midwest, like Tech Nine says it best, like Midwest choppers. It's just a very like type rap style. And so growing up, it was a lot of freestyling with my cousins in the kitchen. When our parents were away and we stole their weed. I'm telling you, we were very cutthroat with each other. Like, no lie, there was one time I couldn't think of anything, so I started rapping Eminem, thinking I could get away with it.
Thinking I can get away with it, just no one's gonna notice.
Never happened again. Yeah, I didn't need school to teach me about plagiarism. But no, it was like I got real good after that. And then just constantly writing poetry. That's also been another thing. Like my brain's like constantly moving, so to like sit down and write something out takes a lot for me. And I learned with poetry, it's a lot of, there's a rhythm in your head when you're writing it, but when you're speaking it out loud, your voice is kind of the rhythm. So it just like they all kind of entwined into this chaotic flow.
Yeah. So did you ever like lean into any other genres before rap, or was it just like, was that the first thing you kind of go towards and like stuck with?
So I'm glad MySpace is gone.
Same.
There was a whole like, you remember the term "seenie weenie"?
No, actually.
Okay, so like,
I
rawr.
don't. Oh, scene. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
like
think
dude,
of
I was like skinny jeans, except so like my hair is very not scene kid. Like I could never have like.
So you straighten it?
No, I couldn't, cause like, it gets bad.
Fingerless gloves?
Yep.
So were you leaning more to the genre, a different genre before?
Dude, so heavily, like the Cry Me a River, emo, sad boy, scream my lungs out, let's go to Warp Tour. And then it transitioned into like, I wanted to be Christopher Drew from Never Shout Never, Cute is what we aim for, Death Cab for a Cutie. But
Hey,
like,
Death still good. Yeah, still good.
Sure. Choices. But it like, I don't know, hip hop's always been one of those things growing up, like the very first, so there's a song called What Would You Do? And it's by a group called City Sky High. Don't quote me on that. I will find it though by the end of the day. And it's the first hip hop song I ever remember. ever remember hearing, and it's like, it always stuck with me. So like while I'm doing these other genres, my choruses would be like very the genre I was trying to do, but the verses, I could never stick with it. I would always like bring that rhythm. I don't know how to word it without sounding really corny, but like, I don't know.
Sound corny, man, sound corny.
It just, I don't know, there's like, let me take a sip before I say this.
I gotta get a little more drunk before I
A
make
little
a
bit.
statement.
Well, it's just like, so growing up in Wisconsin, I was considered one of like 7 people of color in my school. Although we were a heavily hip hop school, it was just like, but like a lot of the music, you know, didn't have that rhythm and soul in it. So everything I would write, the chorus would be like, you know, hoorah. But the verses, they would just somehow come back to that like hip hop soul, like
Yeah.
jambalaya of styles. And it just, yeah.
So was your surroundings a really huge influence of like the kind of musical path you took?
Kind of, in the sense of what path not to take.
Fair point.
It's just like, yeah, it's a very small town vibe. Nobody from a, like, it's not like people, when I say the Midwest and like rapper, people are like, oh, Chicago, oh, Detroit, oh, Twin Cities. I'm like, Madison, Wisconsin.
What made you move to Phoenix?
So my mom moved here in 2014. I had just gotten out of a relationship and I was like, fuck it.
I'm gonna come to Phoenix.
I'm gonna come to Phoenix. And then 8 months later, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna go to Los Angeles. This place sucks.
Did you go to Los Angeles?
I did, and I lasted, everybody says if you make it a year, you're set. I lasted 11 months and like 12 days.
What happened?
So I got this.
You gotta I gotta take a sip before I hear this.
You guys can't convince me that's beer.
It's apple juice.
I might
we
become
just
an
we just
alcoholic.
like basically we just fake our guests to getting drunk. It's a placebo. effect.
yeah.
Yeah, you're really never drunk.
Look, I'm literally keeping up with you. It's,
Yeah, we're almost done. Oh, okay. You gotta one up me.
okay. So, Los Angeles. I went out there. It was super duper dope. I lived on Vita Hollywood, and then I got this internship with a company that we won't say. I don't even know if it's an establishment. I just don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to bring any heat your way. But I started interning for this company. And like the clients were super dope. It was a lot of like OVO, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Dash Dolls type things. And I would basically get them booked at clubs or like random venues. Like I got we're good. I got the Jenner sisters booked for like an Australian Pride thing one year. But it was super cool. But then I started noticing things like I would be working out of the office and somebody would come through like with like repossession papers for a car that lease expired like 8 months ago. Like the owners weren't there and I'm like, I don't know what to do, homie, like sorry. Or like it came time to like start getting paid and it was like, oh.
You need money.
Yeah, I'm like, homie, what's going on?
I see you need money, but you know.
And like, you know, no shame in it, but like when you don't have money and you've been interning for somebody, you're like, wait, how am I gonna pay my fucking rent? And then,
especially in LA too.
Especially in LA. Like, I thought Phoenix was bad when it came to rent. Whew. But yeah, so I ended up living underneath the La Brea Bridge for a little bit with my little wiener dog. Don't look sad. These things build character. But no, it worked out. I, like within a month of getting back was like, right back. When you go from spending LA money to back to the real world, and you go back to like making that same money, but like you're back and it's like, oh, okay.
Okay, I can afford things again. I can
like,
make money.
let me not move back there. That was bad. Why do people do that?
Dude, everywhere is becoming expensive too. It is so horrendous. It is so bad, especially Phoenix right now. Like, just trying to find like a place to live.
I paid damn near $1,500 for 550 square feet.
Dude, I'm looking for an apartment right now and I want to kill myself.
I mean, there's people we can call for that. That was a lot of pressure to put on me.
Dude, great story about apartments right now is I went to go view an apartment today and I get there and I asked the leasing office, I was like, hey, do you have any units available? And the lady's like, no, we don't. You know, we have this one like coming up, but it's a townhouse. It's not what you're looking for. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm leaving. She goes, do you want some tips about like finding apartments? And I'm like, sure. Thinking nothing of it. And she does the most aggressive, like general like hand motion I've ever seen someone do. in a leasing office. It's just super aggressive. She goes, "Stop. You need to stop." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "You just need to stop."
Stop
like,
looking.
So and I'm just like, "What?" And she's like, "You're wasting time. You do not need to go in places and look. This is just a waste of time. I don't know what you're doing. Go on your computer. Go online and look online." It's like, you're just wasting time. The places say their availability. She's like, "Go to the website and look." And she's like, "You just need to stop though." And it was so aggressive, and I'm just like, I'm like, "You do know how I found this place? It was through like apartments.com, right?" And so the whole time I'm just like, I'm listening because I want to see how far she takes it. I'm always curious on how far people take things,
Oh,
and so I'm just listening.
Are you a poker?
Oh, do I like edge people on?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I do.
Oh,
It's the greatest thing ever. It's the funniest and greatest thing ever. Like I've edged someone on to get mad at like as a landlord to get mad at their tenants because they didn't clean a house, and I was like, "Yeah, man, like you shouldn't have to do this," and he's just like, "You're right," and I'm like, "Yeah, you shouldn't, man. This isn't your fault." And he's like, "You're right, man." I just kept going.
Oh no.
I want to see how far I can take it.
Oh no. No. We couldn't be in public together when you're doing that. I'd be like, "I don't know him."
No, I'm not one of those people that makes scenes though. I've never been a scene person.
Yeah, that's like, I can't with scenes. I just like, I don't know how people like handle it properly. Like, how do you go into a situation, have shit hit the fan, and then not reply to shit hitting the fan by throwing your own shit at the fan?
You're not
Like,
wrong.
people stay calm and level-headed. I'm not. I'm a mirror. If you act crazy, I'm like, right back at you.
Have you ever worked customer service?
Yes.
I feel like it would not go well for you.
It doesn't.
Some guy yelling and you start yelling at them back.
Have you noticed though, with musicians, especially rappers, that customer service jobs never work out? The only job
Who was
that
it? They told me they were. I think a rapper told me they worked at an ice cream place and it didn't work out because of that instant. Because he started like.
I literally worked at a doggy daycare where my only job was like every 60 minutes, put these dogs away, let these dogs out, and it didn't work out. Anytime there's authority, it's like, oh, what you think you're telling me to do and what you're really telling me to do.
Maybe your calling is rap.
It has to be.
So we both finished our beers, luckily. Let's find out what it is. It is in this brown bag they give us. It is a Disco Queen.
Is this a gay joke, you guys?
Look, there's a little corgi on there too. That's pretty cute. I won't lie.
I like this though.
It is Bubbly Rose by Radler? By Two Peaches Brewery.
4.2.
4.2. This is a really light, like.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so this is something for you, man. Not a pun. Not a pun. You're the one that's
No,
you don't
I would
like
drink.
drinking.
I would, if I was.
Honestly, I would drink a bunch of these. These things are fucking delicious. This is really good. So let's go to the next one. And let's start with the next one.
I'm with it.
We are on our second beer.
Number dos.
Número dos.
Dos cervezas.
It looks delicious. I feel like it's gonna be delicious. I hope it's delicious.
I thought about it, and I was like, this looks can be deceiving. This might even taste like pineapple juice.
It looks like it's gonna be. Are you giving us juice? Like, is this just a placebo? Like first the apple, now
Is
this.
there pulp?
Is there pulp? All right,
I'm so serious.
let's get into it. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna smell it. It smells like pineapple.
It does smell like pineapple.
It smells like pineapple. It is definitely pineapple.
Cheers.
Is this another cider? I think it's
Cheers to
another
being vaccinated,
Cheers
because
to
we
being-
can do this without,
Yes, we
you
can.
know.
Yeah, get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
Please.
Please. Save me from taking your life on accident.
Is this pineapple juice? I feel like you guys are giving us.
This is like sparkling pineapple.
Does this have alcohol in it? We're gonna find out it's like 8%. We're gonna be like, wow, I did not expect this.
It evaporates in my mouth because of the bubbles. It's
I hope the
carbonated.
third beer is shitty, purposely. Not to be mean, I just want you to go through the experience with me.
You're so rude. This is why, you know what? No.
This is why I don't do interviews.
This is why you're number 2.
That's why I'm number 2. So let's talk about your music video. This is how actually we met you.
Yes.
Is because as a production, you hired us to shoot your music video.
I did.
So the song is called "Focus on Me." Tell me kind of about the song. My favorite thing is the way you pitched the song towards us. It's a really corny song that's about suicide prevention. And then when we listen to it, wasn't that corny as much as you think it would be. It has its corniness, but it's actually way better from the way you pitched it.
Thank you.
So kind of tell me about the inspiration about it.
Well, also, now that it's done and like I've watched it 1,000 times, I'm like, where's the suicide prevention aspect? Like even in the lyrics, I was like, in my brain, I was like, this makes perfect sense, yo. Like, you know, hashtag Me Too and shit. But like, then I watch it and I listen to it and I'm like, okay. But I now I'm seeing it at the end. The end is definitely where it is. But no, so I had a really shitty roommate in 2020 when the pandemic started and everything like that. And my best friend in Mexico City sent me the beat, and it was called Hermano Song because like my roommate was my best friend, like ride or die.
And
Rest in peace, Raul. He's still alive, but
he's no longer in your life.
no. But like he was just not as conscious about what we should be doing, and then just like the consideration of a roommate started slacking. And then he fell into a really dark hole, and I happened to be there to watch it all and write about it. And that's I'm so serious. That is where the song came about, and I was just like, holy shit. And like, even though we fell out, I still kind of was like, you know, I don't want you to go down this path, but like, I'm not gonna tell you this. I'm a stubborn asshole. So let me write a song and record it at the top of my lungs 30,000 times where I know you can hear me, so you get the message.
Did he get the message?
I don't know. It was rocky.
So I haven't even talked to him. I don't think he's heard the song, but it's there.
I know he's definitely heard it. It was perfect. No, like I'm one of those, I'm petty in smart ways. Like I was like, yeah, we fell out, and like I see you're going through things, and like life is really hard right now, and it inspired these lyrics of like, hey, life's not always shitty, I promise it gets better, and like, you know, you should really just focus on you right now instead of everything else you're focusing on. And then I moved and got my own place with my husband, and I was listening to the song, and I was really high. You guys have tried my edibles, you know. And I was sitting in bed, and and I was listening to it, and I saw literally the video we made in my head. And I was like, this has to happen. And I got my handy dandy notebook because when time goes by and you start listening to the song and it still hasn't been out, you start taking different meanings from it. And I was like, oh shit, all this shit I was just talking about you fools, I can apply it to myself. I need to focus on myself too. But so I grabbed my handy dandy notebook, excuse me, where I like to write all my affirmations in. And I was like, I will find a videographer.
Videographer.
The carbonated drinks, burps.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll find a videographer. I reached out to a few that'll remain nameless, and they were like, yo, before I even hear your idea, I'm just gonna tell you $4,000. And I was like, baby, no. And so I just kept writing it daily, for about a month in my notebook. I was just like, I will find the perfect videographer. I will find the perfect videographer. And then one day, my good friend Autumn was like, hey, my husband has to talk to you. And he just so happened to have 3 perfect videographers. I don't know if that's your guys' title. I just clump you guys as a group of videographers.
It's a videographer, an editor, and a photographer.
More than I can do.
You're
Definitely more than that. No, but even that, I'm just the edits that I'm looking at all the cameras right now because I am a little intoxicated, but the edits that I got along the process of this, holy shit. Musicians, we're talented, but we're not shit. We can have a dope song, but without a videographer, an editor, and
It's 2 sides of a coin, man. 2 sides of a coin.
I forgot.
If we have nothing to shoot, then it's kind of pointless.
You guys could go outside and shoot a bird. Not with a gun. That'd be fucking mean, but you guys could go outside and be like, look at the bag float in the wind. And add some noise, and it would still be dope with the way you guys mix everything. I don't know.
Thank you for the compliment. I don't know, as a person that loves music, being a musician is amazing. I know it's a lot towards it, but just having that drive to do that, it's a lot. And it's amazing that you guys actually, put the time and effort to do this. And as much as being a videographer is, they're both expensive hobbies. To say the least. And I think they're on par. So I think we're both in the same spectrum of how much in debt we are to everything.
And how much you appreciate friendships.
And how much you appreciate friendship
Yeah.
and things you can do for little to no money.
Yeah, the low.
Because you're just like, I can't afford this.
You're like, hey guys,
I'm trying to eat tonight.
I have this idea, but I also have a life.
I also have $400 to spend on this and some food.
I think about that because like my friend shot a music video recently and she was like, yeah, this cost me like $1,200 to do, and I was watching it, and then I went to our music video because it's our music video, like it's my song, but it's our music video, and so like I went to our music video and I was like, I don't know what to tell you, girl, like you should have been friends with them first. I don't know how to word it without sounding like super mean, but it was just like it's different. Yeah, we balled out on a budget there.
It's crazy that how much connections really do mean. Like if you need connections to make it towards anything in this field, basically.
Well, and especially here, we're like, no shade, Phoenix, but you guys are kind of toxic towards each other. I'm from a really loving place. It's not here. But yeah.
There's love here, but it's not as
Yeah, like it's like everybody's in competition with each other instead of being like for the love of art.
I feel you.
In my experience.
Luckily, all the experiences we've had have been positive. We haven't had any negative experiences towards other videographers, musicians, any basically in the field. So, but I wouldn't doubt that there is people out there that are like that. But having those connections with people, like I said, is just, you need it. You definitely need it. And especially from a standpoint of like just starting off. Like if you're just starting off as an artist and you're like, I need to make a music video.
Yeah.
Like if you make it, or when you do make it, because I think you'll make it, your music is fucking fantastic.
Thank you.
So when you get there, like you'll have the resources to do this, and you can like hire anybody, and you're like, okay, I can hire these people to do these things.
But then those networking and friendships will come into play, and I'll be like, hey guys, remember when we made the video for like $350 and then we won a Grammy because of it? Let's make a movie.
Let's make a movie.
Boom, chicka, boom. Sorry.
I'm gonna finish this because I don't have much left. You wanna finish it together?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Again, get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
I say that because I keep turning my glass, and eventually our lips are bound to touch when we clink.
I mean, if we're sitting here together and one of us is dying, then both of us are dying. So hopefully not.
I mean, that's a very inclusive way to look at it. You're like, nobody's getting left out.
No one's gonna survive. Alrighty, it's a seltzer. It's a hard seltzer. It is pineapple and mango, real fruit. And it says in a low, not clear fruit. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, what is clear fruit? Can we get a Google?
I don't know. It's 5.5%, so it is a little more stronger than the one, and it's by Belching Beaver.
This next one has to be strong. I'm so sorry I barked out orders like that, but I am really curious of what clear fruit is.
I don't know what that is either. I know. I wish we had a guy in the background just Googling everything.
Right? That would
but
be so nice.
What do you rate it out of a 10?
Out of a 10 or out of the 2 that we've had so far?
Out of the 2 we had so far, I guess.
I would rank it number 2. I like the first one more, but out of a 10, I would honestly say that it's like an 8. No, I'd give it a 7 because I keep burping because of it.
I give it an 8. I think it's pretty good. I would drink it again. All right, we are on beer number 3.
Trace leches.
It is darker.
It is, but it also still looks like apple juice.
I swear to God, if it's another apple juice, I hope it's an IPA. The last time they chose all IPAs, basically.
What if it's Apple Orchard?
I'm gonna be upset.
I'll be upset if there's no Fireball in it.
Oh.
I went through a really big Fireball phase in my early 20s.
Oh, you're a monster.
I'm part vehicle. I live off of antifreeze, apparently.
Oh, all right, let's get to it. All right, let's see what the smell is.
This just hurt my stomach picking it up. Cheers.
I don't know what
it kind of smells like Apple Orchard.
It smells like.
It kind of does. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, it does smell like Angry Orchard.
That's what it is. Angry Orchard. Sorry, but it's not Angry Orchard.
That's an IPA.
Yes, this is okay. I'm okay with this. Listen,
you're good with
you guys
this?
love me clearly because like.
You like this?
Yes, these could have been really bad beers, and instead, this is gonna be the one that gets me drunk though.
This is definitely a higher percentage because it is an IPA.
Yeah, this is
Definitely.
gonna be the one that makes me go like, oh.
Since doing the show, I've actually found a new love for IPAs. I was kind of in between them before, but now I've found a much more appreciation for them.
Since doing the show, I've learned that I slouch back more and more with each beer.
You eventually just be like laying down.
I started all chipper and was like, yeah, this is a good day, and now I'm like, what is life? Let me relax a little bit. Let me take today's weight off. The stocks are down.
So, as we kind of said in the intro, you're somewhat of a chef.
Yeah.
You like to cook.
I do.
And it's to the point where, like, when you like kind of told us, you're like, hey, whatever you guys want to eat, we cook. I cook.
Yeah, I do.
So like, how'd you get into cooking? And like, what's your favorite dish to cook? It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I might be intoxicated. So I have 6 younger sisters and three, because my dad and my stepmom are amazing and adopted a child. 3 younger brothers. But
6
like,
younger? Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. And also my parents are divorced. We're not Mormon.
So there's 9 siblings.
There's me, then there's Jade, Kyra, Abby, Aiden, Avion, Braxton, Riley, yeah.
9 of you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I failed math a few times. I'm not good at that. But like growing up, it was primarily me and my 2 younger sisters, and tell my sister Ash. We also adopted my cousin Ashley, so 7, 10. I don't know.
10 of you?
Yeah. A lot. But so I had to cook. Like it wasn't like an everyday thing. Like my mom wasn't like the struggling single mom anything. Insert sad story now. She worked very hard. But it was just like one of those things like we got home before she got done with work. So if you're hungry, fend for yourself. And then I fell in love with Gordon Ramsay. I know you're straight, but like even you could admit, Gordon Ramsay just has it.
Gordon Ramsay has it more than anyone.
He does, and like you're angry too, so you understand.
It's
like,
the anger.
Yes.
I got super into like Kitchen Nightmare, still into it, Hell's Kitchen, and even randomly Hotel Hell. I remember just binging it. Like, he's right. But is it bad that I only like to watch the parts where it's really bad? Like it's the.
Oh yeah, that's horrible.
I don't like
you're
to.
Toxic.
I don't like to watch when they get better.
Oh yeah, no, you're toxic. You're toxic. Because my favorite is MasterChef, because it's like, especially MasterChef Junior, because you see like this wholesome side of him where he's just like, hey,
don't worry.
I know you're a fucking idiot, but I love you. It's okay. This tastes delicious, even though it doesn't. And I'm just like, yes, Gordon, lie to these children. Lie to them. But like, anyways, long story short, I got really into cooking because when I was younger, Hell's Kitchen was a thing. Like, I remember the first few seasons of that. I'm old. I was born in '92. But the first few seasons of, yeah.
You're only 3 years older than me, actually, so it's not too bad.
It's a long 3 years.
You're almost 30.
Fuck this interview, I'm done. No, but I remember watching it when I was a kid and I was like, holy shit, like this man gets paid to yell at people and tell them that they're horrible. And then when MasterChef came out, like watching people put spins on dishes that I didn't even know existed. And then now that I'm old and like married and like I'm responsible for feeding somebody who can't cook, I'm like,
can't cook?
No. Listen, no.
If he watches this.
If you watch this, I love you. You're the love of my life forever and ever. But you can't cook shit. And he knows it. No, we have a deal. Like, we totally have a deal. You take care of, like, you know, the shit that I don't want to do, like cat litter, cleaning the bathroom, stuff that's gross. I do laundry and cooking. I don't know. But it got to a point where I was like, fuck. I'm like watching it now at 29. And I'm like, I can make that. Like, I can make that. I can make beef Wellington, and I can. And it's just like a copy of, yeah.
Real question, like side note, can you make one for me?
Yes, dude. No, that's.
I've always wanted to try one so fucking bad.
I want to have a cookie night with you guys.
And I want to have one so bad. I'll record it if you cook it. Like, I'll record everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And but as long as I get to eat it, because I've wanted to try one so bad.
No, I'm gonna cook it. I'm gonna cook it all, and you can't have it single.
Dude, I've seen it, and I'm like, I think I could try cooking this, and then I'm like, I can't. I look at my stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna try, but I know I'm just gonna end up fucking this up.
Cooking is the only thing I'm patient with. Everything else in life, I'm like, this can be done faster. Cooking and baking are the only things where I'm like, you literally cannot be done faster.
Dude, no, real talk. I like to drink while I cook.
No,
It's
that's the
feeling.
problem. No,
That's the problem. That's my problem. That's my problem.
You smoke while you cook.
I
You
know.
drink while you eat.
No, I can't cook. No, what?
Yes.
That's the worst thing to do. It's vice versa.
I don't know the
You
rules.
drink while you cook because you get that loosey. You're like, yeah, you
But
play.
that's how you fuck up your food. But then you're drunk and you can't tell you.
You're not
fucked it
wrong.
up.
You're not wrong. But then you're like drinking, you're singing, you're fucking cooking, you're flipping pans, whatever. And you're just playing your songs, and then you're eating, and you get a little high, whatever. And then like you're eating, and you're enjoying the food. Now the taste is way better because you're a little high, and you're like, oh yes. So like. The vice versa, it seems like I'm just gonna get like, I don't want to cook this right now.
No, see, you smoke while you're cooking, right? Because then while you're standing over there, you're seasoning everything, and your brain, because you're high, is like, you know what? Maybe this beef rigatoni would be good with cinnamon and sugar.
Oh. Are you almost done with yours? You want to finish it together?
Duh.
Let's finish it together. Let's get this last beer out the way.
My demeanor throughout this interview has changed. I started off really sweet,
Now you start off aggressive.
and now I'm just like, duh.
We're
It was
done.
foamy at the end.
That was really foamy. Let's look at this last beer.
I don't like the last sip of that.
It is the Joy Bus Rad IPA. It is, I don't know the alcohol, bold, joyful, and radical. 6%.
6%.
It did go up by 0.5%.
The Joy Bus Raid by Four Peaks.
The Joy Bus Raid.
I'd give it like I wouldn't want to drink more than 2 of these.
So out of a 10, what do you give it?
I don't know, I feel like it's rude. I'd give it like a 5. So like, honest, can I pull these out really quick and like,
These are the 2 we had.
okay, so this is 3rd place. This is David. Oh, see, I forgot about you already. No, I'll give you 2nd place. This is 2nd place. You got this camera? Disco Queen is 1st place. And
So
it's really
basically-
ironic.
Basically, you labeled it. The first beer was the best, 2nd beer was the 2nd, and the 3rd beer was the worst.
If the shoe fits, yeah.
The shoe fits perfectly.
But like, I wish that the Disco Queen would have had more alcohol to it.
It really did too. But it was really good.
Oh, that's a woman.
It is a woman in a corgi.
I mean, I saw I thought that was like a man, but
No, it's a woman. She's there. She's there dancing.
yeah,
She's a
Disco,
Disco
Queen.
Queen.
By Two Pitchers Brewing. That is my choice for this episode. I like how I act like I've been here for multiple episodes.
I know, right? You've been here for multiple episodes.
I've been in the background watching you
You're
guys
just there in the
judging.
corner. You're just like,
Yeah.
I know what beer I'm gonna get.
I'm Schmiegel. I'm like, my precious. My precious Disco Queen.
So this wraps up our interview, or talking.
Yeah.
It was fucking fantastic
It was.
having you. I'm excited for your music video drop, Focus on Me, October 8th.
I forgot, yes.
October 8th, it
October
drops.
8th. You'll see me on YouTube. Yeah, you'll see me on your ads because I targeted Phoenix.
Please check Junior Weise out on YouTube, Spotify.
Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Deezer, whatever the Korean market playlist is. I target all of it.
Basically anywhere you can get music, you
Literally,
will find
across
Junior
the world.
Weise, and you can look up his video on YouTube. Once again, I'm your host, Yo Sandia, and thank you for tuning in to Beers or Peers. We will see you next time.
감사합니다.